Presented by Rocket Mortgage. Need a mortgage that fits your life? Rocket can.
Live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, here's Jake Asman.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. You can get guaranteed low prices and excellent customer service from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. O'Reilly Auto Parts, better parts, better prices every day.
Letty wrists it in around the wall in the Tampa end, far side to near. Lightning reverse it near side to far, but give it away. Bailey couldn't hold his own. Turnover in tight. Quick
Friday night in Tampa. Islanders winning 3-2. A minute and 8 seconds. It's a sudden death.
Oh my God. Chris King, Islanders radio, if you could even make it out what he's saying. I mean, oh my God, was the Coliseum insane last night. I tweeted out a video on Twitter at Jake Asman right after the goal by Anthony Beauvillier. The Coliseum is so loud that you can't even hear the goal horn because on the ice level, the crowd is just overpowering that goal horn that you hear in Chris King's call because he's probably right by the speaker up in the press box area. I mean, that was bedlam last night. That was one of the great wins I've ever seen any of my sports teams have. To come back down 2-0 late in the second period with your season on the line against a team like Tampa after you lost 8-0 in Game 5. That's about as good of a win as it will ever get for the New York Islanders. What an ending. What a way to come back. I mean, this team just continues to find ways to win. They show the ultimate toughness and the ultimate resiliency. Always. That's what this team has really been the last 3 years with Barry Trotz, and it all culminated with that win last night. If that was the final game ever at the Nassau Coliseum, then what a special way for that place to go out. Obviously, Islanders have a great chance, I'm sure, to win Game 7, because as we said the other day, win Game 6 at the Coliseum, anything happens in the Game 7, and the Islanders have put themselves in position to have a chance in Game 7. But for them to rally the way they did, after the Lightning go up 2-0, Braden Point again scores. 9 games straight this dude has scored. Just ridiculous. And then Cirelli, who beat the Islanders in double overtime in Game 6 last year in the bubble. Same situation this time around, puts them up 2-0. But the difference is the Islanders get to play at Nassau Coliseum. Last year they played in Edmonton. And they rallied, man. The Eberle shot, I thought, was the moment the game turned because the Islanders' response after they were down 2-0 was just massive. Eberle got them on the board. The crowd got back into it. I mean, the Coliseum was a library after the Islanders were down 2-0. It was hard to believe. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I thought the Islanders were winning that game down 2-0. I mean, I thought they were cooked. I was hoping for the reverse jinx, obviously. But, man, I thought they were cooked. And for them to get the Eberle goal, and then Scott Mayfield pick in the corner, short side, to tie the game at 2. That's about as good as it gets. And you know who was incredible last night? Matt Barzal. He had 2 assists on the Islanders' first 2 goals. He was amazing. He really was. You knew he was not going to be suspended, by the way. Anyone that thought that was coming, you're a fool. But anyhow, Barzal completely took over the game when the Islanders needed him to. He gave them a chance. And Eberle needed to get going. And he scored that goal that was huge. I mean, Jordan Eberle had gone 6 straight games without a goal and had 1 in his past 12 games. They're paying him a lot of money to score. Anthony Beauvillier, no goals in his previous 10 games. And then, of course, he scores that game-winning overtime goal. I mean, how about this for a stat? The Lightning scored 12 straight goals in the series, and they went 1-2 in that stretch. They scored the last 2 goals in game 4. Islanders held on to that one. Then they scored 8 goals in game 5, obviously, and won 8-0. Then they scored the first 2 goals against the Islanders last night in Game 6. And they actually went 1-2 in a stretch where they outscored a team 12-0. That's insane. But that's hockey, man. You just never know. How about the Coliseum last night, man? I mean, the way the building shakes, how loud it is, how low the roof is, that's why it's the best atmosphere to watch a hockey game come playoff time. That's why, the Islander fan goes so crazy. It's nuts. Welcome to Long Island. Welcome to the barn. And how about this from Anthony Bolivier? This was Anthony Bolivier after scoring the game-winning goal post-game.
It feels amazing, to be honest. I mean, that building coming in overtime was smelling like cigarettes, and now it smells like beers. I mean, that place was going crazy. So, everyone's happy. We're going back to Tampa, and obviously huge effort from our team today.
Smells like cigarettes. Now it smells like beer. I don't know if there's a better quote that sums up the Nassau Coliseum. You walk into the Nassau Coliseum, if you've never been, and it feels like almost you're going into like a time machine. Like it feels like you're back in like the 1980s. They did do some renovations in 2017, so the outside looks modern. The inside's still basically the same with some new seats. Still no bathroom lines, or, still no bathrooms, but plenty of bathroom lines because there's barely any bathrooms. And it's special. It might be a toilet, but it's our toilet. That's how an Islander fan looks at the Coliseum. And if that was the final game ever played at that building, then what a special way for it to end. Same scenario as last year where the Islanders were in Game 6, in overtime. And Beauvillier does what he does, winning that game. Unbelievable. What a moment for him. He had not scored in the previous 10 games, and he goes out there and Beauvillier gives the Islander fan something they'll never forget, that's for sure. Now, you could argue if the Islanders lose Game 7, is it like Kevin Durant in Game 5, that special performance that now, what does it all mean? I wouldn't go that far because I think the Lightning are the better team, and the Islanders are forcing the defending champs to 7. So now you got to find a way to get it done. And the Lightning are now beat up. We do not know the status for Nikita Kucherov for Game 7. He's obviously their best player. Now, the Lightning basically, they played all year without him. He didn't play in the regular season. They're $18 million over the cap because of a loophole in the CBA. So if any team could win without Kucherov, the Lightning can because they did it all year. But, man, that guy does so much for them. And the fact that he went down in the first period on the first shift and gave the Islanders a real chance here, no doubt. We'll see if he plays Game 7. This was Steven Stamkos, the captain of the Lightning, on the significance of losing Kucherov.
It sucks to lose Cooch like that early in the game. But like I said, guys battled. We played short the rest of the game and, gave ourselves a chance to win. It didn't work out tonight, but, it wasn't for lack of effort.
Lightning are going to come back, and they're going to respond in Game 7. That's just what they've done. They have not lost 2 straight playoff games in 2 years. So the odds are against the Islanders at, going into that Game 6. 1 to win Game 6, but when you're down 2-0, the odds are really up against you. You found a way. Now you're going to find a way again to beat this team 2 straight games. Now you can look at it from this perspective. The Lightning are either due to lose 2 straight or they're just going to bounce back because that's what they do. We shall see. I'll tell you what. I don't expect the Islanders to lose 8-0 in Game 7. If they're going to lose, I don't think it will be 8-0 like it was the last time the Islanders were in Tampa Bay for Game 5. That's my prediction for that one. It will not be 8-0 this time around. Now, one thing we do got to address. When the Islanders won, the fans of the Nassau Coliseum, some of them, I don't want to lump every Islander fan into this, were throwing like beer bottles on the ice. If you are upset that happened, get over yourself, would be my response. Is it ideal? No. But don't tell fans who just saw one of the great moments of their life how they should be acting. I mean, it's just like, that's like the equivalent of like, you're running around naked, you're taking off all your clothes, you're so excited. You're hugging random people. That's what the beer can, represents. And they're empty beer cans. Like Eddie Olczyk on the broadcast, making it all about that in the moment after the game-winning goal by Beauvillier. Get over yourself. Come on. It's not that big of a deal. And the players loved it. Barry Trotz loved it in the postgame. And Matt Barzal, the Islanders' best player, here was his take on what happened after the game-winning goal.
That was amazing. We got that first one and then just got riled up. And then obviously in overtime, I've never seen anything like that. A little dangerous, but I don't think you don't see that too often. So we embraced it, and that's the Islander faithful. They're passionate. They get excited, and it was good stuff.
If you're upset, get over yourself. If you're upset, you're either a Ranger fan or a Lightning fan, or maybe a Bruin fan or a Penguins fan, as the Islanders stomped you on their way to getting within 1 game of going to the Cup. So please, Get over yourself if you're that upset. Eddie Olczyk acting like, the Islander fans should be tarred and feathered because they threw empty beer bottles on the ice is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
All right, the public is wanting to know of a certain Islander fan. Was it screaming? Was it tears of joy, like just sitting back on your couch going,
There was no sitting. I was standing probably like from me to like where my like computer is in front of my screen right now, watching the game, like just jumping up and down. And, it doesn't matter as much as the Islander win, but like a couple minutes before the Yankees had a walk-off win. So like that 15-minute stretch where like the Yankees won and then the Islanders have a just remarkable overtime win to save their season. One of the best 15-minute stretches I've had in years. I mean, let me tell you. Go Islanders!
O'Reilly. Get more miles on the road with O'Reilly Auto Parts. A clean fuel system